Welcome to the first ever TYCAST with my 5 awesome guests. This is a podcast for episode 1, brand new. We've had a few weeks to rehearse it, and I feel like everything's clicking right now. I want to welcome my 5 guests. We have Aaron, Beach Pizza Gaming. Thanks for being here, man.
Hello, thanks for having me. Great to be here.
Russ at Cryosneasel. Thank you.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Luke at Luke Leeson. Good to have you, man.
Yep, hello. Good to be here.
Max at Monado Max. Awesome to have you here.
Hey, thanks for the invite.
Yeah.
Thanks for the invite. I'm pumped to talk about this week, especially with the Pikmin news. I'm pumped.
You had to throw it in there. Bobby at The Chronicles of a Gamer, all underscores between every single word.
Every single word. What's up, man? How are you?
Good, man. Good to have you. I'm glad you made it this week.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll get into what all you guys do later in the episode, but I want to first talk about what we're all playing right now. It's been a crazy week, and so I'm going to go around the circle. What have you guys been playing? I'll end with myself. Aaron, what have you been up to this week?
So I'm up here in the Northeast, and the weather is getting nicer, and I realize it's going to be bikini season soon. So I broke out Ring Fit Adventure, and I've been playing that a little bit this week, trying to get my cardio going, get my muscles woken up. And so I've been playing that. I got Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning for the Switch, which is kind of fun. It's like an RPG, but so far it's a little bit linear. I don't know if it's going to open up, but it's pretty fun. Crash Bandicoot 4, I've played a little bit of that. It's very challenging. I play it until I want to smash my Switch, and then I quit for a little while. And that's pretty much it. Other than that, like a few indie games that I've posted some gameplay of on my Beach Pizza Gaming YouTube channel. I'm always trying the indie titles, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, you do YouTube mostly, and then you also are on Instagram, but you do a lot of gameplay footage. I saw you did your first, I guess, like dialogue-based video recently, but a lot of gameplay videos on the Switch specifically and everything. Be sure to check out Aaron Beach Pizza Gaming on YouTube.
That's it.
Yeah. Russ, what are you playing right now?
I have been playing Resident Evil, the HD remaster, on my Twitch, and I've been playing Loop Hero when I'm not streaming. That's pretty much it for this week.
Yeah, we talked about Loop Hero last week. How have you been enjoying it?
It's stupidly addicting.
Told you.
I go to do one run, and then it ends up being an hour later, 5 runs later. I was playing it all the way up until I was playing it all the way up until we were recording this.
That's awesome. I was watching some of your Resident Evil streams. We have to talk about it later, but it's the 25th anniversary of the original Resident Evil, and you were doing Resident Evil 1 on your stream, right?
Yep, the HD remake of it.
That was very entertaining because I only played like right when it came out, watching someone play. I was like, this game isn't for me, and so I never got into Resident Evil. So it was really entertaining to see you play through that remake.
I've been having fun with it.
Russ, you're on Twitch and you're on Instagram mostly, right? And then you're on Twitter. You're on Twitter too. I always see you pop in whenever I tweet. You're always right there. Thanks for being here, Luke. What are you playing right now?
I'm gonna be the boring one. I didn't play like anything this week because I had some projects to work on, which I had mentioned. I'm working on like a RetroPie thing for a friend.
Oh yeah.
So I guess I was sort of testing out some weird ROMs like Brutal Mario. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, you were posting some ROM hacks in the Discord that I'm really into, because I downloaded like a whole image and it had all the random weird and like even like perverted ROM hacks that you can find.
I don't have any of those on there, but
it came with the whole package, and I was like, what is this? And it's like just it's like just kind of a little bit sad, but also hilarious at the same time. But you do a lot of you're doing a lot of film stuff on your YouTube right now, right?
Yeah. Yeah, my description last week wasn't the best, so basically what I do is video game essays about movies and games.
Ah, I like that.
That would be the gist of it.
Yeah, I watched your last video. It was really entertaining. It was the FIFA Goes West, because I was a huge fan of that, and I liked your analysis of it. Like I didn't know about the whole like culture about it before, like when it released. I just knew I was young when it came out, and I enjoyed it. And
someone going for a drive in the back.
Welcome to Queens, bro.
Yeah. Max at Minato Max, thanks for being here. What are you playing this week?
So last week I did nothing, as we did in the previous episode. I said that I was so busy doing videos. This time I was gaming all week. I've been doing nothing. I've been slacking, but I've been playing some games, and I picked up a lot of games this week. So I'll start off with what I picked off, and then what I've been playing. Picked up Hades.
Nice.
I pre-ordered this months ago when it was announced. Got it. Got Crash Bandicoot 4. I gotta agree with Aaron. This game definitely is... it's definitely made me realize I have anger issues. Plants vs. Zombies. This one I'm actually very interested about, with since it's the first time we have the Frostbite engine on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
And I'm impressed with the amount of quality EA went into this port, because I didn't think EA really cared about the Switch, because it just didn't really seem like they cared, if I'm being honest. And it runs great. It's lock 30. I've not seen any frame rate drops up until they do the victory screens. For whatever reason, the Switch drops major frame rates when they're doing the victory screens with this game. But other than that, really good port. I'm very satisfied with that. And then I picked up, I'm going to get some hate for this, but I'm just going to, before I show it, I didn't want this. I legit did not want this game. But Target had a buy two, get one free sale. I was trying to get Ori and the Blind Forest for the Switch. It's sold out. And there was only one game that made sense to buy out of all the selection they had. And unfortunately, I bought Five Nights at Freddy's for the Nintendo Switch.
Spooky.
I didn't want it. I'm just being honest. I really did not want this.
But the question is, have you played it?
I've not played it, but I did pick it up.
Yeah, I don't know much about it. I know my 6-year-old he ends up watching weird YouTube videos about like fan videos about Five Nights at Freddy's, and I have no idea. Well, like, we need stricter parental restrictions on your YouTube Kids account, because if this is getting through.
Wait, so those videos were on YouTube?
Maybe
Kids?
I don't know.
Really?
It could have been.
Oh, okay.
He sneaked into regular YouTube, but most of it's like pretty like PG at most. But it just usually you see the characters in like not actual gameplay or anything like that. I know it's kind of like horror game type of thing. I don't know a whole lot about it, but. All right, Bobby, what are you playing? What have you been playing this week?
Just Sniper Elite 4.
Oh, you're still doing Sniper Elite. I feel like it's been weeks.
We did three. We done
3, yeah.
Got the platinum. Now we're doing 4. We're up to the 5th level. We got everything. So tomorrow we'll do the 6th level, because my boy's wife is like super strict. She's a cop, so he has like an hour and a half to play.
Oh yeah.
I don't have that issue, but he does. So we have to hurry up the level.
You gotta get.
So trying to play on authentic is hard, bro. Listen, one shot, one kill, man. We have a limited time to do each level.
How?
But that's pretty much it. Yeah.
How many go throughs do you have to do for each level before you complete it?
2. So we do one on cadet, like easy, just to get all the collectibles.
Sure.
And then we go back on authentic. But at least this time, if you die, which we haven't, but if you do die, there's checkpoints. So in Sniper Elite 3, if you died, you go back to beginning of the level.
Oh.
So there was so many times on the 4th level where we couldn't complete it because the guy kept dying. So we did that level like 7 times until we memorized where every single Nazi was and took care of them.
Yes.
But that was the hardest level for me, because every other level didn't seem that hard after that.
Yeah, that sounds intense. So
It's brutal, bro.
For anyone that doesn't know Bobby, he's the master of finishing games, platinuming. Like you collect platinum trophies as like part of your whole Instagram account, and you like almost like categorically, rank them. You review how hard they are and everything. Like you have one of the most like data oriented gaming Instagram accounts I've ever seen. Like whenever I see your posts, it's like review.
It's super. I like Monday through Wednesday. Currently now I'm in PS1 in alphabetical order, and then Thursday is just an arcade game like I play as a kid in alphabetical order, and then Friday is a platinum post until I catch up. Eventually I'll catch up, and then Saturday's just like what I've been doing. And it's just like, but I have everything already written for like 3 weeks. The only thing I have to update is Saturday.
Yeah, that. So
I'm way ahead of the game. That
is intense. Every time I see your post, I'm like, you have like video captures of like all the retro games and everything. It's really impressive. Max, I skipped over you. Max, you have an awesome YouTube channel that I have to acknowledge. You get videos out on specifically Nintendo Switch news before I even have time to read the article on the Nintendo Switch news. Like,
gotta stay on it, man.
Someone throws a tweet out that something has happened in like less than an hour. You have a video reaction to it, fully scripted, filmed, edited, and posted. And so I didn't want to skip over that. But you're on Twitter and YouTube doing a lot of Nintendo Switch stuff. And so everyone, if you're listening or watching, be sure to check everyone out. Everyone has awesome content. We're all members of my Discord, and that's how we all kind of came together. We were kind of the leaders of this Discord, and we were talking about video games and everything. We decided to make it a real thing. And so thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. With that, we're going to get into the news, and the news week this week has been insane. So we're going to try to make this episode not too long. And so we're going to power through this news, and starting with new games coming out this month. And so I'm going to switch over here. And it worked. All right. New games coming out in April. Outriders, first of all. Star Wars Republic Commando on PS4 and Switch. I have no idea about what this game even is. Judgment, PS5, Xbox Series. Nier Replicant. Returnal, which I know has a lot of hype. Pokemon Snap.
Wait, that comes out at the end of May.
Yeah. Oh, does it? Did it get pushed?
It was supposed to come out tomorrow, but it got delayed.
Oh, okay.
Max knows.
Yeah, dude, you're on top of it. So I know Outriders we talked about last week. No one has heard that about it being on. That's the day one Game Pass game, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, what's everyone excited about? Anyone really pumped about any of these games coming out in April?
Monster Hunter. I'm excited.
Well, yeah, Monster. Oh, yeah, we didn't even. Yeah, Monster Hunter comes out tomorrow, technically.
Yeah.
So, I know Aaron, Russ, did you get Monster Hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Max, I know you were just talking about how you pre-ordered everything that ever existed for this coming out. Luke,
I'm ready.
Luke, did you get Monster Hunter yet?
I did not. I'm trying to cut back on my gameplay habits.
Yeah. I know we were talking in the Discord. I haven't bought it yet either. If everyone goes all in, I'll probably get it.
Right.
I haven't looked up a ton of reviews. I know it has a pretty decent. I think it's like high 80s Metacritic.
It's sitting at like 87 right now.
87,
on Metacritic.
Yeah. So it's definitely intriguing because I've never played a Monster Hunter game. But yeah, that's exciting. Outriders, I'll definitely try out. because I don't know. That's not the type of game that I would typically pay money on. But I have.
I'm gonna wait for someone to throw a video about that. You know, somebody. Make a video. Then
who are you pointing at?
I like how you're positioned perfectly. You can point out to him.
Yeah. So, or
hey,
you know, or either one, Aaron or Max, one of them will do it, I'm sure.
And then
this is my reaction to Outriders coming out.
I don't know. I didn't even see any gameplay on. I just saw the trailers. All they have is trailers, and I haven't seen the gameplay of it. I don't know what it's supposed to even be.
It's like Warframe, basically.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Okay.
Yeah, RPG first-person shooter type of thing.
Is it multiplayer only?
I think so, but with no microtransactions. I swore I heard that, which was interesting for a Game Pass game.
Yeah, that is.
I don't know about the rest of these. Returnal, I know that's getting a lot of hype. Pokemon Snap. No, we got.
I'm excited for that one.
I am pumped for that.
April 30th. Is that still live? Yep. That hasn't been pushed, right?
Listen, I gotta talk about that real quick.
All right,
because I think most of you know I've really been like full on with the Switch lately over the past 2 months. I've been buying all kinds of like games that I think are, you know, that I want to play or think that are going to be rare, or just ones that I want to collect, even if I'm never going to play them. But I've just been playing the Switch a ton, and I don't get this game. What do you do in this game? You just travel and take pictures of Pokemon?
It's an on-rail shooter. It's an on-rail shooter, but without the guns.
With a camera instead of a gun?
Yep.
Yeah, it's without the violence of the Pokemon games. You know, just taking pictures.
Yeah, I mean, I think it looks pretty good. I never played the N64 one because I actually didn't have an N64. I had a friend that had Pokemon Snap for the N64, and it was not very fun to sit and watch someone else play that game. And so I didn't.
Definitely a single player.
Yeah, I didn't really have a huge experience with the original. My only engagement with it was when I saw other people printing out their photos at Blockbuster. And I was like, then I got
those were the days.
Supremely jealous.
Blockbuster, bro.
But Russ is excited about this. Did you say you did or didn't play the N64 one?
I played the 64 one like 1,000 times.
Oh,
it's beatable in one sitting. It's like an hour long.
Right.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
So what's the addiction or the gameplay loop? What do you love about it?
I don't know if I'm looking at it through rose-tinted glasses or anything, but I think there's 7 or 8 levels in the first one that might take maybe 4 minutes to go through, and it's kind of Metroid-y, I guess, where you have to go through like the 4th level to get an item, then go back to the first level to take pictures of Pokemon you previously couldn't.
Oh,
it's like a little time waster kind of game, but it's fun. Cool. I'm looking forward to this one a lot. I hope it doesn't disappoint me.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see like some of the ones that you have to take a photo exactly how to get like some of the Pokemon in the same photo. I'm excited to see how they're going to implement that like they did with the N64 version.
Yeah, I remember that.
Listen, I'm not saying that I'm not going to get it. I just wanted to know why other people were excited. I'm going to get it.
So for me, April is I'm going to save money in April.
Yeah, nothing to
for sure.
Pick up.
Republic Commando, by the way, is an old game from 2005.
Oh, okay.
It's just a remaster that's coming out.
Gotcha. Yeah,
but definitely worth it for like a really cool Star Wars FPS game. If you're into that.
Somehow I missed that one. That was in your. You did a video about the best. Was that in your list?
It was not.
No,
but it's good.
Sorry, I was like, I swore that was in your list.
I'm not gonna lie, it's good.
they all the names blend together for me. So the next on the news is so this is not confirmed, but Sony is reportedly shutting down the PS3, Vita, and PSP stores permanently. I dug into this a little bit deeper, and it seems like the likelihood of not being able to re-download your purchases is like fairly low. But it seems like they're mostly focusing on shutting down new purchases, kind of like how they did with the movie marketplace on PS4 and everything, which is a little less, just fired off alarms and everything. But I mean, it gets into the whole thing with game preservation and whatnot. And so, I don't know, Bobby. What do you think? You're a big Sony guy. How do you feel about?
I mean, if you didn't play it now, you're not gonna play it, are you? It's been how long? So for me, it's done, right? But I mean, if I bought a game and couldn't download, I'd be pretty pissed off. But if you're just shutting the store down, then okay. I mean, you have PS4 and you have PS5. It can't last forever.
Yeah, and the other thing,
Bobby, I started Fallout 3 in 2008, and I just finished it this year.
I'm so happy for you.
And I bought the DLC. Awesome. So I bought DLC off the PS3 store like 2 months ago.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if whatever you have, do it now. But, it's time to move on, I guess.
I do agree with that, yeah.
But I don't think that if I bought a game, then I need to download it back. That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
I guess I would be shocked if they completely shut down all the servers for accessing your digital content. It just, that doesn't seem like the move that would be smart or anything like that. So I think that it's more of a we're not selling anything anymore, but whatever you've bought on these platforms, you'll have access to. And I think the PS3 and PS4 share servers in terms of validation. I swear I looked up something like that, and so it would actually be a lot more work to remove that aspect of the transaction. And so I think that they're going to keep up with if you bought it, it'll be still accessible. You just can't buy new stuff, which it is what it is.
There was a developer for the Vita that spoke up about it. Sorry, Max. That
it's all good.
That they're releasing a game for the Vita like soon. And I guess the title of their the internal title was Vita's last game, because Sony basically told them we're shutting it down. And they kind of know it's only going to be for sale for like 4 months.
Wow.
So
and it's not easy to support something over to the Switch. It's not like 1, 2, 3 either.
Right. Yeah.
Damn.
I saw this coming when they announced that the PlayStation movie sales were going away, because I thought that was very weird that they're taking that away, and we still haven't seen like the Vita. To be honest, I didn't know the PSP you could still buy stuff on the PSP. I didn't know that, which is crazy that survived this long. I think that's pretty impressive.
You actually can't. You have to buy it on the PS3 and transfer it to the PSP.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes more sense then. I was like, wait, whoa, you can still do that? That's crazy.
I had the same thought.
I'm surprised that I'm surprised it's happening, but at the same time I'm not, since we saw the PlayStation movie sales going away. It's disappointing for the Vita people, I feel like, because I know Vita still is pretty active, and those cartridges for Vita games are very, very expensive. So I know some go for digital only just because of how expensive those PS Vita games are. And I bet PS Vita games are going to already skyrocket once again once the digital store is gone. Yeah. So I do 100%. Feel bad for the Vita owners, because everything's going to go skyrocket and they're not going to be able to play or purchase more games, which is disappointing.
Yeah. All right. So the next on our list is so this kind of snuck by earlier in the week, but more than 700 PS2 prototype and unreleased demo games were released or are in the process of being released into the wild. That if you have, modified consoles or emulators, you can play these versions of the games, which it was a preservation group called the Hidden Palace that released them, and they even put out photos of some of the discs with they're like handwritten like demo versions or like pre-alpha types of releases of the games. And I want to know what your guys' thoughts are, especially like, because these were internal games, but also it's like they were also part of the process of the game development. And in terms of preservation and everything, it's kind of this kind of like gray area of whether it should have been released to the public type of thing. What are your guys' thoughts on?
I think this kind of stuff's really cool. I like seeing like the progression of a game from nothing to what it is today, and seeing like all the different steps in between. I always really like seeing like when they would show like the character running around on like the checkerboard, like just the shape of the map. I always thought that was like really cool to see stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. I'm scrolling.
Yeah, what?
Go ahead.
No, I would just want somebody to like log into my computer, like virtually, and then show me how to do that download so I can play it. That's all I want.
Yeah, I guess there's a version of Shadow of the Colossus that was very, very early. I'm showing on the screen right now. And just all sorts of really early alpha, and I think they're being put up on the Internet Archive right now. So I don't know. I think it's awesome. A time release type of thing. So yeah, I think it's a really interesting thing that happened, and it kind of was under the radar because a lot of older video game stuff doesn't get all the attention that it deserves. Moving on, Xbox Live, now called Xbox Network. What does it matter? Does anyone care?
No.
Is it just nomenclature? What
Yeah, I don't really care what they called it. Just whatever. I mean, didn't PSN change their thing too? So
yeah,
it's fine.
I'm wondering if this is the precursor of eliminating the like whole gold tier and I think Xbox is trying to get everyone onto Game Pass and not having the confusion of Xbox Live Gold. And
well, I'm thinking that they're revamping this because the price is going to go up.
You think?
Right. There's no way that they can sustain whatever price it is per month after they just bought ZeniMax Studios. And now they're going to try to purchase, the Discord. Who's paying for this? It's not going to stay cheap forever. That's my thing. That's just how I feel about it.
Yeah. I mean, they announced that price hike for Xbox Live Gold and then quickly went back on it, and so it seems like the roadmap is there for sure. But I'm curious if they're just trying to fold everyone into one tier eventually and getting everyone ready for that. Also, I saw today that the Xbox network is not capitalized, which makes it seem like it's not a like official thing. It's Xbox. It's like the network of Xbox. It's not Xbox Network as a title. And so it seems like they're almost trying to remove all branding except for Xbox and Xbox Game Pass and Xbox Network as the overarching type of. I don't know. I'm just speculating, but the lowercase n says a lot. I feel like
maybe they're just going with that name, so it's like they're networking all of the different platforms with Xbox Game Pass because they want that to be like on PlayStation. But who knows if that's going to be?
Yeah,
or is it on PlayStation?
Is it? Is that what you said?
No, is it on PlayStation?
No.
Because I know it's on PC.
No, yeah, just PC. And there were talks about like them trying to get it on Switch, like Game Pass on Switch, and there was some talks, but it seems like it didn't go anywhere, and that probably Nintendo was. It seems like Xbox is much more warm to having their service on other platforms than other platforms are of having Xbox's service.
Yeah, I can't see Nintendo or Sony being like, yeah, come on, put your app on this.
I think it's
no way, bro.
I think Nintendo would allow it, but I think they want to cut, because I've noticed a lot of the normal movie, TV show apps like Netflix, all of that aren't on Switch, which is very weird. And I was looking more into it. A lot of these companies want a cut of the services when they put it on their platform. And I believe Nintendo's been asking for more of a cut than usual. That's why we don't have Netflix, all the popular streaming services. Like, I know Hulu's on there. And I bet that's what happened with Xbox Game Pass. Because I think that's a similar issue with Apple right now on trying to get that onto the iOS. Don't know if I'm 100% right on that one. But I think, yeah.
Well, yeah, I know that with Game Pass and the cloud streaming with iOS, because you would there's a process where if there's a native app on iOS, Apple wants to control the marketplace in that, and so if someone gets a new game, they want a 20% or 30% cut of that purchase, and so that causes an issue. It breaks the licensing agreement, and so that's why the game streaming on Game Pass is going to have to go through web-based, and I think CD already did that, and so that's a whole nother can of worms that we're about to enter into with that whole licensing thing. But
yeah.
All right, next on the list is Hades won Game of the Year at the 2021 South by Southwest Gaming Awards. I know, Max, you were just talking about you picked up Hades. I know, Aaron, you're a big fan of Hades. Russ, you're a big fan of Hades. Who else?
So you know how I said I'm not buying any more games, so I just bought that today.
You missed your opportunity to talk about Hades. It's on my list. I haven't played it yet, honestly, because I've been so busy. I'm worried about the time I'm going to invest into it. Same with Hades and Loop Hero. It's the two games that I really want to play, but I'm worried that I'm going to immediately become less productive than I should be.
It's gonna be like Rocket League for you.
Exactly, yeah. Rocket League is my safe space right now, and I'm okay with that. How do you guys feel about Hades winning Game of the Year at South by Southwest Gaming Awards?
I think it's well deserved. That is a amazing game, and I wish it would have got more awards after playing it. I wish it got more awards, the Game Awards in 2020, but yeah, I think it's well deserved for the indie team and all of that.
I think it's a great game, and I sing its praises, and it runs well. Like, it runs at a solid 60, whether it's docked or handheld. The gameplay is so tight and so good, and I'm a little bit of a poser though, because I haven't even beat the first boss. So I've played it a bunch. There's just so many things, like, I still have to learn about it. Like I don't know, like when you clear a room and two doors open, I don't know, like, I don't know what I'm picking when I pick what door to open, like what benefit I'm getting. I saw a skull on one the other day and I opened it and two things like killed me immediately, so I know that one's not good anymore. But yeah,
Aaron,
but it's really fun to play.
You posted in our Discord about your gameplay video on it, and that was the first I heard of that game. And then it was just funny, and you were like, "This is a really good game." Like, whenever you like emphasize something that you post, you're like, "This is good." I always I bookmark it, and it's funny seeing the wave, because I was probably right when it came out, and seeing the wave of chatter about the game. After
the buzz.
That, it exploded maybe a month after you posted. And so that was always interesting. I was like, I felt like I was on the ground floor, even though I still haven't played it. It's just... So next on our news agenda is the fucking global shortage in computer chips. So I'm going to talk about this in terms of the Nintendo Switch revision, because there's not a whole lot coming out hardware wise in the next, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, except for this Nintendo Switch and then like graphics cards and stuff that, PC components. And so I'm curious if it seems like it's not slowing down anytime soon. And so do we think that the next Switch is coming out this year, or do we think that this type of shortage is going to hinder it, or is going to somehow bypass it? Don't speak up all at once.
I don't know nothing about computers, so I'm not going to say
Bobby, I am calling on you. Tell me your...
I have no idea, bro. I don't even know what a computer chip does, bro. I don't even know.
It's the thing that
I just hope that we get them to do things we have to do with them, That's my take on it.
It's basically the brain.
And please don't scalp them. Please don't scalp them.
Yeah, I'll jump in. It seems like that's the reason why I bought a pre-built computer to scalp off of myself into I built a PC and bought a pre-built just to scavenge parts from. But I know it's going to be an issue. But I personally think that this new Switch is going to be out this year. Despite the chip shortage, I think
it's going to be hard to get. And Russ and I talked about this a little bit on on my last video. Like Russ said, the demand probably isn't going to be as great because it's an enhanced version. But at the same time, I think people are going to kind of go crazy over it, like they have been over the Switch. And with they're probably not going to make a ton of them if Samsung is making 1 million screens a month starting in July. How many are they going to have for the holiday season? I think it's going to be pretty limited.
I think it's going to be very limited. And if they go with exclusive games, that's going to even cause a bigger frenzy, especially at launch if they're not doing games that can work on both systems. I don't know. It could cause some chaos, but you never know. Nintendo seems to not shy away from doing weird things, despite what the market and analysts.
It would be cool
suggest.
if they can do something and make it work. But it's like this article is saying, this is like everything. It's huge. It's cars. It's cell phones.
Computers.
I was looking at new cars recently, and I didn't even buy one because there's no inventory anywhere. There's inventory, but it's really low. It's really low, and
factories are shutting down temporarily.
Factories are shutting down due to COVID, and then so inventory is low due to that. But then the computer chip shortage, everything in a car now is controlled by a computer. So if you don't have the parts needed, you can't build them.
Wow.
So yeah, I think it's going to be a while before that levels out. Plus, everybody has so much money right now because Joe and Donnie stimulated everybody. Now everybody's got their pockets are just overflowing with cash. They're paying more money than they should for Nintendos and PS5s, and it's just crazy. It's crazy.
Speaking of too much money, Microsoft. So Discord is exploring selling, and it's reported that Microsoft is in the final stages of completing a deal to buy Discord for at least $10 billion. This doesn't surprise me at all for Microsoft. It seems like a play that they would go for, and it seems like there's other players involved, but it seems like Microsoft is the front runner and has maybe outbid other potential buyers. But I'd like to see a Discord service app on my Xbox, even if it means I can't have it on Switch or PS5. Is better than having it on no one at all, I guess. And if they roll it into the whole party chat and everything, I don't know. I like Discord and I like Xbox, and I don't have a huge horse in this race either way.
I mean, you can kind of link your Xbox account to this Discord, right? Anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it makes sense that they would try to get it. Because apparently their Microsoft Teams thing is not really well done. So the Discord would just
because they bought
help
Skype.
Boost.
They bought Skype, and it seems like they rolled that technology into Teams, and it seems like that's working well for them as a Slack type of competitor. And if they have, it seems like Slack and Discord are the two main. I feel like they're kind of mirrors of each other, at least in my world, where it's like if I'm working, I use Slack. If I'm not working, I use Discord, and they're very, very similar in terms of functionality. And so maybe this could be Microsoft. I know you always hear about Microsoft going for Slack, to trying to execute Slack, and this could be their another move to try to just take over that. Maybe maybe they roll in some Discord features into Teams to take on Slack even further in the business world.
I like the quote in this article, though, that says it does raise the question, however, of just how much more Microsoft can realistically expect to acquire this year before it gets an antitrust suit of their own.
No, it's super true. Listen, I was shocked when Disney actually bought Fox. I thought that was outrageous. Yeah, because now who knows what movies you're going to get now, because Disney owns it. So it's kind of like you just PG-13 yourself into a hole. So who knows about Microsoft now either?
Yeah, and then you hear
they got the money though, so
you hear the rumors about like Deadpool going sideways because of that, with the new some creative
Imagine
differences.
Putting in aliens, and then when it starts up, it's the Disney castle. I'm done. It's just so strange. But yeah, they got to be careful, I guess. I mean, you got to spend all that money. Someone's going to find out. I mean, someone's going to have an issue with that.
Yeah.
Like a monopoly, kind of like almost.
We're living in, what is it, 1997 all over again.
Absolutely.
Okay, we're into everyone's favorite topic, the new Nintendo Switch, reportedly using new NVIDIA chips that will use DLSS technology, which I have to point out is something that isn't used in anything except for NVIDIA's highest end chipsets right now. And so this is kind of groundbreaking technology that supposedly Nintendo is diving in headfirst into, which I know they have a long history of working with NVIDIA, but it's kind of exciting, but also wait, is this how much can you believe these types of leaks? And it comes from Bloomberg, which has a history of being pretty accurate. They vetting sources and everything, and so it kind of leads some credence. But also, I want to point out before we all start chiming in is that there's analysts saying that this will cause a price increase up to $350 to $400 for Max laughing over there for this new Switch. And okay, I'll hold my next thought until Max. What were you gonna say?
If this is true, I think this is stupid if Nintendo does a price increase like that. They've always talked about with the Wii U, they feel that the Wii U was a failure because of its price. Although I disagree with that. They truly believe it was a price issue. And I feel like I don't feel like that's the right move to increase your system by that much if it's truly going to be $400. Because that's a pretty big price increase. I mean, then again, we still have, the current gen consoles like PlayStation 5 being $500 or $400, depending which one you want and all that. So maybe Nintendo thinks they can get away with it. I like what's happening with the Switch Pro. I just don't like that price if that's true, because it just reminds me of some of their quotes with the Wii U. So that's why I'm like 50-50 on it. So
I made a video and I predicted that they're going to keep the price the same but remove the dock. And I feel like I'm still sticking by it, because I feel like analysts are assuming that they're going to stick a empty dock in the box too, and that's going to keep that price high. But I feel like if they bump specs and they can manage to handle everything, they do the thing like the new 3DS didn't come with a charger because they assumed that everyone already had a charger for their 3DS. And so this is a straight up Nintendo move to not include a dock for their Switch. And so I would not be surprised if the new Switch has bumped specs, and all the analysts assume it's going to price increase, but they don't do that, but also remove a dock and charger. I mean, maybe they'll keep a charger, but the dock.
They'll move the Joy-Cons.
Yeah, no Joy-Cons. Fend for yourself. But the dock, I think, is the key factor here. And there was an old. I talk about this in my video too. There's an old leak about another piece of hardware that didn't have a screen, didn't have a slot for a card, for a cartridge, and I still think that could be some type of hardware-based dock that could be launched at some point. Whether and now with this, all the new leaks saying that the new Switch has this DLSS chip in it, maybe they put that chip inside a dock that can also work with old Switches. I don't know. I'm spitballing here, but feel free to.
And before we move on, not just for the listeners, but for me, what does DLSS mean? Oh yeah. Oh,
thank you for pointing that out. It's what was it? Dynamic. Deep learning super sampling. It is an AI upscaling technology. I know, Aaron, you posted a video in our Discord that showcased this. And on your YouTube video.
I was letting you explain it.
It basically takes lower resolution videos, and other than because there's technologies that will just take pixels nearby and blend them to give a look of higher resolution. This is a whole nother level on top of that takes AI to predict which pixels will be in that line, and it looks a lot more authentic and less blurry than just straight sampling. And so it's this AI based upscaler technology that will take data from a game that's running at, I know, Aaron, you were talking about 360p, and it'll upscale it to 720 or 1080, or it can take a 1080p game and upscale it to 4K, and it looks like it's arguably just as clear as a fully rendered 4K game from
if you
the
look at
processor.
two like images next to each other, you really can't even tell the difference. Now, if it's moving, there are some like little things, like there's you can see like traces of it as the image or the video is moving. But if you look at like two screenshots next to each other, it's you can't even tell the difference. Yeah, it's impressive though. That's pretty huge for Nintendo. They can take these next gen games that are going on the PS5 and the Series X, run them at 360p upscaled or whatever, DLSS to 1080p, and it's going to be a way to play that game. So
that's incredible.
I think it's going to be huge.
All right, next on the docket is PlayStation's or Play at Home. They're expanding the free games. They have a bunch of free indie games going on right now, VR games, and then I saw what piqued my interest is Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition is coming free to play starting April 19th, which I think it's a big deal. It seems like they're going after this pretty hard. There's so right now indie games: Subnautica, Enter the Gungeon, Abzu, The Witness, and Res Infinite are free to play or free to download and keep forever, starting on March 25th at 8 p.m. Pacific until April 22nd. And then PSVR games: Astrobot Rescue Mission, Moss, Thumper, and Paper Beast. This is starting to feel a lot more Game Passy than anything else, and so I'm curious. Now they obviously have Ratchet and Clank for free, and then Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition coming next month.
So listen, Ratchet and Clank is free until March 31st, and if you have a PS4 or a PS4 Pro and you haven't played that game, definitely play that game. That is a great game. It looks like on the PS4 Pro, you feel like you're playing like a Pixar movie. It looks amazing.
Yeah, my son and I just started playing that, and he is obsessed with it.
Yeah,
so
looks awesome. Wait, Bobby, do you have the platinum?
No, not for that one. I have it downloaded though. It's on the list, but didn't get it. I have the original 3. I haven't played the new one.
Oh, nice.
All right, moving. We're almost done with news. So Rocket League, my jam, my baby,
Favorite game.
my baby, announced Rocket League Sideswipe for mobile devices, and I wonder if this is gonna. Oh, we got some audio. So I'm playing a video real quick. I'm gonna stop it in a second. All right, I'm done. You guys probably couldn't hear that, right?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that was just for me. So it is a mobile game, 2D, like almost 2.5D. It's I'm excited about it because if you've ever played Rayman Legends, there's a soccer minigame this is exactly the same thing, but it's 2-on-2, or you can do 1-on-1, and essentially goals on either side, 2D, and you can jump and shoot the soccer ball into these floating goals on either side. No need for discussion. I'm just really excited about it, and because I'm gonna play it probably more than is necessary, and I don't know. I'm a big Rocket League fan. I've been for.
I love Rocket League.
Probably 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I'm surprised.
I'm a big fan of the Rayman Legends soccer mode that you were talking about. so I haven't seen any of the Rocket League stuff about this right now. So after this, I'm definitely gonna check it out because I feel like that Rayman Legends soccer thing could be pretty big if it was really like utilized more. Like people actually talked about it. I feel like people would really enjoy that Rayman Legends soccer mode.
Yeah, it's I mean, I'm obviously a big Rocket League fan, and I haven't played a mobile game in probably a year at this point, and so this is kind of ideal for me right now because as a Rocket League fan and as someone that needs to get back into mobile gaming, I'm all about it.
Is mobile games making a comeback? Like I'm noticing more people starting to like do more and more mobile games right now. I don't know if anyone else is noticing that or if that's just me.
I don't know. I mean, that's a perfect segue into our next topic though, as Pikmin Go. Was it Pikmin Go?
Sorry, there's no title yet. It's just Pikmin. It's gonna be
Pikmin
probably
Go.
Something weird though. People are just calling it Pikmin Go since Niantic, the people that did Pokemon Go, is making it. So
yeah, we just got a new app from Niantic and Nintendo, and you can sign up for updates. But it looks,
and it's coming out this year.
Yeah, this year. It's probably a little bit later this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. I'd never played a Pikmin game. Is anyone really pumped on this? Besides Max, I know you are excited about this game. I
just want to say one thing. Nintendo, like if you think about it, like obviously I know no one was asking for a Pikmin AR mobile game, but if you really think about it, if Nintendo wanted to do something similar to Pokemon Go, out of all their IPs, if you look at Pikmin, it's literally the best franchise for a game like trying to recreate Pokemon Go with a Nintendo franchise. Because you can, in Pikmin 3, I've only played Pikmin 3, so I don't know if this follows the same format, but in Pikmin 3, you have to search for fruit, and if you can't find fruit, it's a game over. And I bet they're going to somehow implement that into playing Pikmin. I'm going to call it Go. I know that's not going to be the name, but when you're playing Pikmin Go, they're going to implement trying to find fruit probably. And I'd be interested to see if they're going to do like a game over screen or something if you can't find the fruit, because I'm excited for it. I'll shut up about it. I'm so sorry.
If it's going to be anything like the Harry Potter one, I don't remember the name of it. I tried it and I hated it. I think it's going to be a really close clone to Pokemon Go. I'm going to try Pikmin Go or whatever it's called when it comes out, but I'm so heavily invested into Pokemon Go. I can't play two games that involve me walking at the same time.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is it going to cannibalize Pokemon Go? I didn't even think
just
about
get that side piece phone.
Just get a second phone.
I already have a second phone for Pokemon Go. I'm not going to use a third phone.
Yes.
Hardcore legend, bro. I knew it.
Did not expect that one. Is anyone else playing Pokemon Go?
No,
I play it occasionally.
Yeah. Okay, so when Pokemon Go came out, I lived on Hollywood Boulevard in Los Angeles, and I lived on top of whatever it's called, a Pokestop, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And then, like 3 months later, I moved into the suburbs, and I could not walk to a single Pokestop, and I never played it again. I have not played it since 2017, 2016, because I could not get to a Pokestop, and I was so spoiled by I could just walk into my living room and flick the Pokestop, and I would just rack up things like every 5 or 10 minutes. I could just increase my inventory from that, and I haven't played since. And it sucks because I really enjoyed it because I had 7 Pokestops in my little walking vicinity when I would have to go get groceries or something, and I loved it. But I fell into the rural issue of not being able to have enough to do as soon as I moved out into the suburbs, and so that's my Pokemon's Go story. But I enjoy the game. I'm all about, you know, the AR and real world interactions with mobile games and GPS based stuff. I think it's all awesome. Luke, did you ever play?
How's it going?
Did you ever play Pokemon Go?
Maybe like once or twice a friend tried to get me into it, but I did not get into it. No, I fell off hard.
Right away. That's all right.
I don't know. I just don't like being on my phone all the time. That's just how I am. I know other people are different, but
yeah,
I just try not to be on my phone.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing.
That's why Russ got a second phone for it, so he's not on his phone.
I even
Maybe
started
if I
playing,
get a second phone.
I even started playing it the day before it came out. The APK got leaked from Australia, and I downloaded that and played it the day before it came out.
That's cool.
Legend.
Played it almost every day since. I took like a 1 month break from it, and then I've been playing it again.
Dive back in. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I jumped back in briefly. I did when I was traveling a little bit, and I was like, oh, I can get different Pokemon in different countries and stuff, and I got back into it because I was in like urban areas and everything, and then I saw they like released the raids and stuff like that, and I haven't played since any of that. But I'm kind of curious to get back into something like that. Now that I'm living in a downtown area, I haven't even thought to open it back up. But yeah,
Just better be careful. You say there was a bunch of unsafe places where you live.
there are a bunch of unsafe places where I live, and that is something I definitely need to to be aware of.
Need to map that out.
Yeah. I need to figure out where I even am. Oh, sorry, I just hit my mic. That's the end of the news. Thank you guys. Anyone have any last hot takes for this week that we haven't discussed? I know like there's been so much happening. Like it's silent.
Yeah, I got a hot take.
No,
Do it.
I got a hot take that nobody's gonna like.
I saw a cursor in our document, and I was waiting for someone to start typing. Go for it, Aaron.
I don't think we should talk about Xbox news anymore until the news is them announcing a new game. Because it's getting ridiculous.
I like it.
It can even be some news on like a game that they like. If they talk about State of Decay 3, like one of their exclusives, and there's some news on that, but they keep doing all this stuff and just make games. Don't buy Discord. Yeah. Go make a game. Go do something with your games.
Yeah,
I'm surprised with all
if I could ever, I want to virtually hug you. For real, that was amazing.
I'm surprised with all the studio buy-ups that we haven't seen a little bit more announcements. There's a lot of silence in terms of like they bought like 28 studios in the last 3 or 4 years, and there's nothing
happened.
Not a lot being announced, and so I'm curious what is going on. If there's some production issues, if they're trying to hold their cards close, I don't know.
I think it'll start all coming together, but and don't mistake that for Microsoft or Xbox hate at all. There's not a lot. There's not a lot. I want some exclusives. Happening. I want a reason to turn that on. That I have to turn that on and not my other systems or I guess anything you're going to be able to play on your computer, but yeah, I want stuff I can't play on my other systems.
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree.
Were you talking about Halo 5 in the first episodes, Tyler? And how that was delayed?
Oh yeah, the Halo. Wait,
Or the new Halo.
yeah, Halo Infinite. So it seems like Microsoft is not in any rush. You know, you can't go into a store and be like, hey, give me one of those Xbox Series X's that I hear about, type of thing. And so I don't think they're in any rush to push out new software to garner a demand for these new systems. And so I think that they're probably being like, everyone take their time, we'll just relax, the systems are selling, we have this service that people are just enjoying playing whatever games they want, we're not losing money at a massive scale, we're producing systems as we can. And then, you know, they're playing the long game right now. And so I think that's the thing. It's like the fact that Monster Energy cans came out with game codes for Halo Infinite 7 months ago for a game that's not coming out for another 4 or 5 months says a lot. That they're like, screw this, like we don't give a shit like what is gonna happen, who cares, let's just buy stuff. Yeah, let's chill.
I mean, we know their goal is going to be the Game Pass is going to be the Netflix of gaming.
Yeah,
they want exclusives, and that's what they want to do. I just wish they'd announce some games and start doing it. You know?
Yeah.
Well, do you guys think that other developers would make their own? Like, you know, now everything has a streaming app. Like Discovery has one, Fox has one. Yeah, you can watch it on your cable. That's fine. But what if Ubisoft makes their own?
I think they want to.
Warner Brothers makes their own.
I think we've already seen it.
Ubisoft did it.
Well, yeah, Ubisoft did it, and EA did it, and EA is probably the biggest player in here that had the biggest challenger, and they folded into they settled into being included into Game Pass. And so I feel like it could maybe in 5 years someone could emerge as some multi-platform type of thing, but I feel like Xbox is trying to be that before anyone else gets there, and so I think it's possible, but I don't think immediately. I don't think a publisher is someone that could do that, because it's too narrow of a it has to be something kind of revolutionary rather than just a single publisher of games. So
you guys are forgetting the most important gaming streaming service of all time that's on the verge of being more popular than Xbox Game Pass. Google Stadia.
They're getting more games. I actually
have one unopened.
You have one what?
Really?
I have one unopened.
Oh, really?
Google Stadia.
I mean, they got EA, they got FIFA, they're getting Madden. They're like, I mean, I know they shut down their entire like that. I'm disappointed that their whole pitch was like, we can do stuff that was never possible with single computer gaming. You know, like the 1,000-player battle royale, like that's all driven on the cloud, stuff like that. Basically, that's gone out the window with them shutting down their internal game studio, which is kind of disappointing, because I felt like that was the selling point of this, rather than, you know, playing your standard games that are on every multi-platform games on, as you know, streaming. But they're getting a lot of third-party support now randomly, which I don't know. We'll see.
I think Stadia gave up too quick, in my opinion. I think it did have a chance, but just their marketing was very not great with it, and unfortunately, it's going away. I wasn't a fan of it, but I do think it had potential, and if they wanted to come back to it, I think it still does have potential because of some of the features that it was supposed to get. that never came out, I think would have been pretty much a big deal if they actually ended up doing it. But yeah, they gave up quick.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I feel like they're kind of at the make or break point right now, and so I'm curious. I think them getting EA Sports games on before Switch is kind of a big deal.
Straight up insulting right there.
Yeah, but to be fair, Google paid EA a lot of money for that.
Well,
so
that's
I don't know if EA really cares.
I mean, yeah, who knows? But now that the Frostbite engine's on Switch with Plants vs. Zombies, you never know what can happen.
Right there.
Yeah. All right, we're done with news. I have a quote of the week. I didn't put it in our document, but so just because it's close to me, I saw a tweet with when Rocket League Sideswipe was announced. Everyone was commenting they really missed a crucial moment with not calling it Pocket League for it being a mobile game. I don't even have the visual on the video, but it was laid out there perfectly for them to be called Pocket League.
Yeah, but technically, Pocket, like Pocket
I wonder if
Poker.
it's trademarked.
Pocket Poker.
You
Are we going there? Are we going there?
That's what I would think. Like, that's what they probably try to stay away from that.
That's
Pocket Pool League.
Yeah, they were like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't do that. Because I agree, it would have been a good idea.
But then they're gonna make those jokes.
That's very valid. That's actually a valid argument against Pocket League. But that's the quote of the week. Before we wrap, I want to give you guys each a second to talk about what you guys do. I know we touched on that briefly, and I didn't give you a heads up, so I'm not gonna just briefly explain what you guys all do, and then we'll wrap this episode. Aaron, I'm gonna start with you. Everyone else, get ready because I'm coming for you next.
Yeah, Aaron at Beach Pizza Gaming. I have a YouTube channel, Beach Pizza Gaming, where I post gameplay videos and occasionally news or stream or some giveaways. I gave away Super Mario 3D All-Stars when that came out. So Beach Pizza Gaming on YouTube and on Instagram. Check it out.
Thank you. Russ at Cryosneasel.
Yep, you can find me at Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram at Cryosneasel. I've been trying to stream every Monday and Tuesday from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and randomly any other day.
Awesome. Yeah, I've been hopping on your streams when I can. Luke,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, Luke at Luke Leeson.
Yep, for Twitter and YouTube, just video essays on games and movies.
Yeah. Max at Monado Max.
I basically keep you up with the latest on Nintendo news. If it's a big deal, I will usually have it out within 2 hours, as they said. And yeah, you can find me. I will keep you up all day. Do reviews. I will sometimes do reactions. And then when I do unboxing videos, it's like a vlog/unboxing. So that's all that I do, pretty much.
Awesome. Thank you, man. And Bobby, the Chronicles of a Gamer, Handsome Rob himself.
Basically, I just take you back to when I was a kid, and I just play and chronicle all the games alphabetical order. Currently doing PlayStation right now. Want to do Wednesday, Thursday's an arcade throwback, Friday's a platinum, and Saturday's like what's going on. That's pretty much what it is. My page is.
Thank you, man. I love your Instagram page. All right, we are out of here. Thank you guys for being here. Episode 1 is a wrap. Cheers.
Peace.
Later.